Hey guys, today's gonna be kind of a different video. You'll see that MatPat just put up losing the battle video. It's about the suicide of Ronnie, one of his primary editors that is involved in the Game Theorists, and you can tell it's really impacted him a lot. But I mean, you can watch that. I'll leave a link in the description to that video. Though when he's talking about that, it made me realize that suicide and depression and mental health is a big thing that a lot of people deal with and they don't openly talk about. So it's hard for people to get a different perspective sometimes. I wanted to share my thoughts on it and share how actually it influenced me growing up and who I am today. And I'm gonna try and keep it brief, but so suicide and depression is hard. I grew up very depressed. It's easy to look at someone and think that they're being dramatic, or to just judge them and tell them to grow up. But depression is a little more than that, and it can be very deep-rooted. It could be from abuse, stem from a bad relationship at home with your family. It could be a chemical imbalance in the brain. A lot of people are too afraid to seek help, and I struggled a lot with depression since I was maybe 12 years old, and I didn't seek help until I was possibly 23, and decided to really take my own mental health into my own hands. But during those years of being depressed, I was that emo kid, but you never knew because I was always very put up in a very happy face. I couldn't bring myself to justify complaining or saying I was depressed because I had things to be happy about. So I would often judge myself, and I wouldn't solve the issue. I went into the mental hospital at least 3 times over my life, and usually I'd be out within a week. I want you guys to know that now I don't have these issues, but I tried to kill myself 3 different times during my life, and I'm glad nowadays that I failed every time. I'm not going to tell you guys how I tried to do it because I don't want to give you ideas, and it's a very serious decision, and I'm not going to say whether suicide is right or wrong because I have a very specific belief on suicide. But I want to say that it is a decision that is permanent and affects everyone around you and yourself, and failed attempts can be even more devastating as well, for your own life. Don't be quiet if you're dealing with something. Try and open up to someone. He brings up the point in the video that you can talk to people, and that videos and social media can bring people together. I really like that because right now where social media is used to really try and keep people apart, instill doubt and fear, and drive a lot of attention that way, it is important for us to remember that these things are real, and these are actually more real pressing issues. Things like this can happen. I mean, I feel so bad for MatPat. I had a friend who killed themselves when I was 18, and I had another best friend who died in a car crash. That's what threw me over the edge when I was in high school, and I attempted to take my own life. There were times when I was older growing up. I didn't understand that I could get help. I didn't want help. Sometimes you can be in such a dark place that you don't care to help yourself. Someone may not want to help themselves. They've already lost the battle, and they feel like a walking corpse. It's a very real feeling, or a lack of a feeling. Like, the apathy can be just devastating. And I want you to know that there's always a silver lining, and it's not always easy to beat something like that, but there's always something at the end, and it's always within your grasp to attempt and make steps to take control if you are feeling these ways. For me, I am on antidepressants, and they work amazing for me. I am a very balanced, healthy person. I love my life, and I love what I do. I love making videos for you guys. I love making music with my friends. I love voice acting. I love the internet. I love, like I said, I love what I do. And I'm very lucky that I made it past those dark times to be able to see the things I am accomplishing now. I want to tell you that if you are dealing with it, know that there is a way out, and it's within your grasp. You just can reach out, look on Google, there's services, reach out to a friend, reach out to me, leave a comment. I mean, when I was a teenager, music helped me get past a lot of those things I felt. And that is a huge reason why I make music today, is because I want to have a lasting impact on people, even if they don't know my name. I want to be able to say, hey, like, man, when I'm on my deathbed, I want to think about how many lives I changed in a positive manner. How many young men that are out there, or young women or men, it doesn't matter, that are out there exactly like I was, feeling the ways that I did feel. And I want them to know that they're not alone, and that there is even more so, there really is happiness at the end. It's not an easy goal to beat. It's not an easy task to beat depression, and it's definitely not easy to beat suicidal thoughts. But try and find something you love that's important and about yourself, and really grip it. For me, I had to start smoking mad weed. That was the first way I started to deal with my depression. Eventually, I couldn't smoke anymore because of jobs, and because one of my failed suicide attempts broke a bone in my neck, so I can't smoke. So eventually, I turned to relying on my girlfriend emotionally too much, and then we broke up, and I turned into a very big alcoholic. And I realized during this time of being a heavy alcoholic, I often blacked out, just wake up to drink and go back to bed, that this isn't how I wanted to live my life. Right now, I'm pretty much dead. People come check on me just to see if I'm still breathing. I'm not accomplishing anything, and I might as well either just do it. To myself, this is what I said. I said, just either kill yourself, you pussy, because right now you're dragging everyone along, and they're just worried. Just either do it, man up and do it, or man up and change what you're doing right now. If you don't like who you are, change who you are. You're the only one who can do that. You don't need to find happiness somewhere else. You should find it in yourself. And so I started playing a little league with my friends, making music. I kept drinking a lot. It was a struggle that I dealt with for 3 years. I had been in and out of the hospital probably a matter of 12 times due to alcohol-related issues when I did drink very heavily. Like I said, right now I have a very healthy relationship with alcohol, with my emotions, with myself. But the point I want to drive home is that please don't ever give up. Or if you feel like your emotions or your depression is controlling you and it has its thumb down on you, try and just reach up and take a step towards hope. Just the first step in beating depression really is hope, because I would say that depression is the absolute lack of hope in your life, is what constitutes being depressed, is the absolute lack of emotion for anything, the complete apathy for every single thing in the world. Oh, sorry guys. And it can be so devastating to see a friend go through that. So reach out to someone you care for, or someone that you know cares for you. You may be surprised with how well and how caring they respond. If you feel like you can't go to anyone, try and go online. Or like I said, leave a comment below here. I mean, there are plenty of ways to take the first step. And I want to just remind everyone here be open and tell everyone seriously how much you love them. I was never able to tell my friend John again how much I loved him once I lost him, and it really devastated me. But so many of my friends who would make fun of him at school, they came to me and hugged me and said, "Thank you, Caleb, for being that one friend there who didn't ridicule him or bully him in school, because now all of us don't have the ability to say that we're sorry." Realize that the things you say to people will make an impact, and they'll leave impressions on people, and they'll cut deeper or sow seeds of happiness very deep in someone for a long time. You could be the single difference between someone taking their life or not. You could be the person that gives hope, and that's what I want to be now. Is I want to remind you guys there is hope, and I want you to see that. I mean, I'm just one man. If I can do this, I know everyone here watching this video can do it too, and accomplish even greater things than I have. What really is greatness is you achieving that happiness. There can be no other thing that's more valuable than living a life that makes you happy. Because if you're not happy in the end, what are you doing? So I really want all of you to ask yourself that question and put it on a piece of paper and look at that picture every day. What makes you happy, or what can you do? And I want that to be your driving goal from now on, to achieve and to remember not to get distracted. Even when you find success, don't get lost in money. Don't get lost in alcohol. Don't get lost. You can enjoy these things, but I want you to remember who you are and what makes you happy and really defines the exact person that you're thinking about right now, you. And you're the only person who can be you. So I don't want to see any of you guys getting lost from this world. I want to meet every single one of you one day when I go on tour. I want to talk to all of you. I want to make songs with you guys. And I want you all to post your thoughts and ideas. Our generation is very bright and very smart, and it is our time to come around and come up. So let's support each other. I support you guys, and I support you, MatPat. I'm sorry about your loss. I hope you can see this video, and I hope it's some sort of consolation that, I've had to deal with this too. And I want you to know, MatPat, that you're not alone as well. And that it's going to be hard, but, I love you, man. And a lot of people love you. And I want you to hear it as well. It can mean the difference when you hear that coming from someone. So, MatPat, congratulations on the child. Please take care of yourself in this time right now, and my heart's with you, brother. I'm very sad about the passing of Ronnie, too. I didn't know him, but I know that he shaped what you are today, helped shape what you are today, and he will leave a legacy, and he'll be remembered in my mind, in your mind, and many others. I don't want to drag this on too much longer, guys, so I'm going to stop it here. I'm sorry I haven't been reading the comments. If there are any, just leave them down below. This stream is just meant to be a quick video in response, hopefully I can leave a lasting impact. All right, guys? Be sure to share. If you have anyone going with these problems, leave a comment if you guys are having these problems. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, guys? I don't know how to stop recording. Love you guys. Love you, MatPat.